Hey guys, just wanted to give you an update. I've taken the stove apart. As you can see, there's not much left together. That cast frame around that door is riveted on, so I'm not going to take that off. But I do have the upper door, the lower door, the entire rest of the unit apart. That's the lower ash, like bottom of the fire pot where the ash goes, and there's a piece broke out of there, but I don't think that'll matter too much. All these pieces here are supposed to be nickel plated, so I might go tomorrow. There's actually a plater just down the street from my mom's fiance's house, which I didn't even know existed, so that's kind of neat. I might go talk to him tomorrow and see what it would cost to have those pieces there restored. Actually, the knobs, like the knob on the handle, the knob on the draft, that knob, those are all supposed to be plated as well, but those are riveted on and I don't really want to take them off, and it won't really matter that much if the knobs aren't plated. This is the fire pot. I've cleaned it up with a wire brush, got most of the loose rust off, and wiped it down with mineral spirits, and then I will be applying stove black to the outside of it. Stove polish is what it's called, but it's the old-fashioned stove black. I tried wiping it on with a rag. It says you can use a rag or a brush, and the brush works better in the pores. So I've got the base done. That come out really nice. It goes on like paint, but it's not paint, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what's in it, but it kind of has a satin finish, and you can actually buff it and get it like a semi gloss to it. But it won't cure until the first time you fire up the stove, and it'll make a lot of smoke and everything. But I don't know. A guy at work told me I should fire it up outdoors anyway. But I don't know if I want to put it all together because it's extremely heavy and I won't be able to get it in the house. So I'm thinking I will take it in pieces and then put it together in the house. I can slide it around in there, but taking it up the steps and stuff is almost be impossible by myself. And I mean, I could ask somebody for some help, but it's just easier to do things by myself. I'm quite independent. So I just wanted to give you an update on the stove. I got a couple finds in the house that I want to show you guys, so I'll show you those in a minute. I'm going to black this now and go in the house. Alright, we got the fire pot done. It's all blacked, so we'll continue this project tomorrow because it's about 20 after 9. I took Friday off. It's supposed to be a nice day, so probably get a bunch more done. So we've got the base done and the fire pot done. I have to do the bottom trim ring, the top, the doors, the body, the ash pan door, which is in there, the 4 feet, which are in there. There's probably a couple other little pieces that need done. So we'll continue this tomorrow. So let's go in and see what goodies I've picked up. Alright, so first up, it's not actually something that I purchased. These plates, I had these on the wall at my mom's house in the garage, and we were over there working on her back steps last weekend, and she says, "Oh, if you forget about these plates, you should take them with you." So I did. This is a New York from '73. It's almost like a vanity plate. I don't remember where I got all these. Somebody probably gave me a couple. Some of them came in boxes of stuff. There's another New York, about the same vintage. No sticker. There's another New York, about the same vintage. These three are all yellow on blue. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up. This one is quite faded, but they're like dark blue. There's a Florida from 1975 with a 77 sticker on it. There's a Pennsylvania yellow and blue with no sticker. There's an Oregon, yellow and blue with no sticker. There's a mangled up Jersey, black on yellow or tan. I'm not even sure if it's supposed to be tan. It's pretty faded. With a big hunk tore out. There's a New York 1946, black on yellow. There's a New York 1929, black on yellow. And this little piece, which I'm a little bit confused by because it's a 43, but you'll see 29, the numbers are at the bottom, and 46, the numbers are at the bottom. But this would appear that the numbers are at the top. So I don't know if 43 was different or not, and I don't even remember where this came from. I know I didn't cut it off. But, yeah, so there's the plates. Now last weekend we went to a pretty large flea market that's about an hour from my house in Avon, New York. It's on the way to Rochester, which is probably the nearest big city to me. And that's about an hour away, a little more than an hour away from me. And Avon is almost to Rochester. But they have a pretty big flea market every weekend, and we decided we'd go up last weekend. So I spied this box, and I thought, well, I wonder what the heck that is. I'm thinking it's like a hair dryer or some kind of woman's thing. So I opened it up, and it's got this gizmo in there. And before I even could look at it and see what it was, the guy who was running the booth said, well, the spot, it's an outdoor flea market, he says, $1. You can have it for $1, I don't know what it is. So I thought it looked pretty nice, it's got knobs on it, so I bought it for $1. And it's a relaxicizer. It's an exerciser that, like, basically pulses your muscles and exercises them without actually having to exercise. And I thought it was pretty neat, and I didn't even know that in the bottom are all the belts and the wires and the pads and everything that would have come with it originally, except the goop is all used up. But it's all here. I haven't plugged it in yet to see if it works, and I don't know if I dare hook it up to my body. I did pull the cover off. There's a timing motor, like a clock motor, and one vacuum tube inside, and then of course the pots. This one is power, but it also has a control. They're not wire wound, but there's a thing in there that makes them feel like they are, and then of course the 4 jacks. So I'm guessing what it does is create I don't know if it's a DC pulse or if it's an AC, probably a DC pulse. The tube is probably a rectifier, but I'm not positive. I didn't recognize the number. And the timing motor probably just pulses, you know, each one either in order or pulses them just on and off. I'm not positive. You can't actually see the wiring. It's all inside the little chassis that's inside the unit, and it's riveted together. So I'll probably drill the rivets. That way I can check the capacitors and things like that if I'm thinking about hooking this up. I know I made a joke about hooking it up on the dog, but I don't think I'll do that. But I would like to see if it actually does function. So that was the first thing, which was nice because it's got a handle and can carry it around the entire place while you're walking. And then I came across this little, basically it's a multimeter laying on the ground. Meter movement's decent. I don't know if it's burned out. It doesn't seem to be stuck or anything. It seems to work. Had a little battery leakage. Ate through the corner. The batteries are actually still inside. I pulled the screws out of it. And there's 3 batteries, 3 alkaline batteries that have been soldered to the wires. And they're leaking, and it's ate up, you know, a bunch of the stuff, but it's basically a multimeter. It does ohms, volts, and current. It's a Radio City Products Company Incorporated. I don't know if that'll focus. And New York City, USA. pretty neat. It's in a little dovetail box. It's supposed to have a leather handle and a hinged lid, but the lid and the handle are gone. And then this is in series with the batteries. I don't know if that was to put in an external voltage or if that was to check the batteries. I didn't really look at the wiring and stuff, but I think that's in series with the batteries. And the leads are there, but they're in really rough shape. So that was my second purchase. A little harder to carry, but I managed. And this 12-inch fan by Emerson Electric was my third purchase. Somebody has cut the cord off, and the linkage for the oscillator is missing the bolt. There's probably a shoulder bolt that was supposed to go through this arm and connect to this adjustment here. And the handle's loose, but everything else seems to be here. The switch in the base is here, 3 speeds, and off. The felt pad and steel bottom is here. The handle is here even though it's loose. It spins. It doesn't seem to be stuck. It doesn't smell burned out or anything. I haven't done anything with it. The guy, I walked over and asked him about the fan, and he said, well, somebody cut the cord off, and I'll have to sell it that it doesn't work. I don't know if it works. Of course, with this cloth cord, I'm a little scared to try it, but it might be alright. You can get some reproduction wire anyway. So he said $7, and I said I'll give you $5, and he said take it with you. So I got that for $5. I got the little meter for $1. I don't think I mentioned that. I got this for $1. The guy wanted $2, and I said $1, and he let me take it. So the fan, which I looked up on eBay, and one that's in working condition but needing restoration, goes for between $50 and $150. So I don't think I did too bad on that. And the meter actually goes for about $20, and the relaxing thing, the exercise gizmo, I saw one just like it for $100. So I don't know if they'll actually sell at those prices, but that's what they were listed for on eBay. So this was my third purchase, quite heavy to carry, but it was almost near the end of the flea market, which was good because it made my arms tired carrying that around. And this was my last purchase. Some of you might know what these are, some of you might not. These are player piano rolls. Now this one is missing the eye, but these are they have slots in them. Let's see if I can do this here. Roll this up a little bit. They have slots in them, and the way they work is they run across a bar which has holes in them that line up with all those different slots. And I think there's 88 plus a couple more for like the sustain pedal and things like that. And the way this works is as this winds across there's vacuum underneath each one of these spots. And when it goes over a hole, the vacuum bleeds off and allows those notes on the piano to play for however long the holes are. Now I don't have a player piano, but I couldn't pass up the deal just for the collectability of them. Most of these are Aeolian Duo Arts. That's all these. There's some bigger ones. This is a different style, different type. Most of them are Aeolian Duo Arts. And you can see the price right there. It's upside down, but it's $10 for the whole box. I didn't quarrel with the guy. There's 23 of them in there, so that's, you know, less than 50 cents a piece. That's a pretty good deal. They go for like $1.25, $1.75 to $15, $20 a piece, depending on the condition and the song and the number. I didn't look up any of these numbers to find out years or anything like that, but you know, they're all in halfway decent shape, at least any of the ones that I've pulled out. I don't know about this one. I haven't looked at this one yet, but this one's actually got little wooden spacers in there. See, now that one's got the eyelet. This is X4015 Symphony Orchestral, Last Rose of Summer, the Wilcox & White Company, Meriden, Connecticut, USA. and you would hook this onto the take-up reel and then start the unit, and it would wind it through and play it. So that's pretty neat. So that was my last purchase. So I spent like $17 and got all 4 of those items, which I didn't think was too bad. We had a nice day for the flea market, and we stopped at a couple other places but didn't really find anything worth buying. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. Nothing else much new going on. So I just wanted to give you guys an update, and catch you later. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.